What a lot of people don't know about the game room is that, we weren't always billionaire video game show hosts. We had a life before this, and actually both of us, ironically, we met in Professor Xavier's school for developing our mutant abilities. For some reason, we both got kicked out. Dave,
this is the first time we're admitting this to anybody, so you guys should feel very special.
Aside from that time I tried to grope Psylocke, I had a mutant power, and I had like a cool mutant name. How everyone had like Storm and Cyclops. Well, I was the Lush. And, I used my mutant ability, which was to throw empty beer bottles at, criminals and, evil villains like Magneto.
You did a very good job at it, I might add.
I thought so.
It was just the problem when you ran out of beer bottles.
I couldn't...
People criticized you for not having any more superpowers.
Like, I could only carry so many beer bottles on me.
And a lot of people laughed at you.
Kind of laughed at me. Like, oh no, it's the Lush.
Yeah.
But I had a good heart. I meant well. And when throwing bottles at people didn't work and I was usually being laughed at by the bad guys, I'd usually try to swear at them like, double dumbass on you, Magneto.
But that didn't work too well, and that's where I come in.
Yeah.
They named me Potty Mouth. That was my superhero name. Because I could defeat evil supervillains with harsh language and basically any other mutant that came up to me.
You want to show a little example? I mean, watch out. If you're like a weakling, you may not be able to handle this.
Yeah, mere mortals have trouble handling this. Okay.
Let's check this out.
Fuck you shitmongering shit-faced asshole!
Wow.
You have been defeated by Potty Mouth, you shit-spewing cock.
Here we are. This is X-Men for the Genesis.
And no matter what difficulty level you put it on, it's always hard.
The game is always hard.
Difficult game. Not one of the best side-scrolling Genesis games, but, it's the X-Men. It's just fun on that, for that reason alone, really.
And you can punch the shit out of each other here in the Danger Room.
Yes.
And it was never too clear if we had actually left the Danger Room.
You know what? It was never really that dangerous. It wasn't like we were stepping into Genosha or anything.
Now, what happens is that during the game, you can choose a backup guy.
Or girl.
Or girl.
The X-Men are not sexist.
No.
Not like we are. I think the X-Men in itself is a sexist term because they're not really taking into account the women that make up and partake in the X-Men. Perhaps it should get a more politically correct term for the, quote, 90s or new millennium, being the X-people.
I don't agree at all.
Don't you think?
I think you're completely insane.
I do have to say that I love Genesis cutscenes. Like the early, quote, CG. It's just
the text
cool.
And the 2D sprites with a spaceship flying over to the planet. You gotta love it.
They're great. We have one
Kids,
here.
you have to buy a Genesis if you don't have one.
Yeah, we have the infinite life and level select going on here. It was great.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
When you're trying to get game footage, it helps. And then, Jean Grey comes here and supports you when Dave falls into a pit. Go see the X-Men movie, by the way.
It's fantastic.
Obviously, we're doing this game in time with the movie because we enjoyed the movie thoroughly. Really, how can you go wrong with Wolverine? It's just
Seriously.
that cool.
Any movie with Wolverine in it. You can make like Henry V with Wolverine. It would kick ass.
Wolverine on ice. Yeah, that would be pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Sugar Hill starring Wolverine.
He'd come out and fuck up other ice skaters.
People of Earth, I'm Magneto, and I'm here to destroy you. Pew, pew, pew.
That's right, Magneto. You've picked the wrong day to mess with Earth. For I am the Lush.
And I am Potty Mouth.
And together we will destroy you. I'm going to use my beer bottles of doom lest you back off now, bitch. You want some? Oh, yeah? Oh, want some more? Come on. Give me all you got, bitch. Come on. Oh, I'm empty.
You're empty. Motherfucker, goddamn bastard, bastard.
Ow! This game harks back to the golden days of video games, when everybody used to play games on this little black box here called the Genesis. Now, if all you little kids out there don't know what a Genesis is, you're going to hell. See this? High definition graphics.
16
arcade
bits.
quality. This, my friends, is not, I stress, is not the modified Genesis.
No, this is the
original.
original.
This is the original model that came out so long ago.
I got this in 8th grade with Altered Beast. I used to play Revenge of Shinobi. And we have all these games, mind you. This XMen is the first.
Those games are coming.
The first Genesis game that we're doing in a long line of Genesis games. I know we've been all busy with Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 is coming. Well, hold on. PlayStation 2 is going to be good. The Dreamcast kicks ass. However, this is really the pinnacle of video gaming.
This is
right
pretty
here.
much undefeated so far in video games. Even the PlayStation doesn't beat Genesis.
This had games like Strider. This had games like Super Monaco GP, Phantasy Star
Sonic
2.
the Hedgehog, Shinobi, Phantasy Star 2 through 4, all those games, the Shining Force series.
You always like
Kid Chameleon.
and Streets of Rage. Plus the cartridges made a little rattling sound. Can you hear that? That's pretty hype.
If your CD does that nowadays, it probably won't work. But
You know what
these
else?
babies,
You
they
know what
still
else?
work.
One more point I got to bring up here is when I played Genesis, a lot of NHL hockey, I might add. My buddies in high school and I would play NHL hockey, and we'd get mad at each other or at the game, and those Genesis controllers were most likely going to be hurled 20 to 30 feet across a room into a wall.
Slammed into a wall and they would still work.
Or at a person, and they would still work just fine.
Yep.
Now, you can't do that with the Dreamcast controller. I got an issue with that, because first of all, the thing costs like $40. It's got little LED screens and rumble packs. Actually, altogether, it probably costs more like $60 or $70.
Something like that.
And you just can't toss it at each other anymore.
You just feel guilty throwing nowadays controllers. You just feel guilty. But back then, you could even run over the system and it wouldn't matter.
That's true. Didn't you have a friend that backed over it with a car?
Yeah, and it still worked.
Please, no more!
Xavier, fuck off. Fuck you for booting us out of your academy, man.
It's all right, man. We may not be X-Men, but damn, we kick ass.